It is a global acceptance that when you do well and prove yourself in a global soccer circle, the tradition is that you are rewarded handsomely. And that is not the case with the Super Falcons of Nigeria. This is Platform Media International Sports. I'm yours sincerely, Joe Ehizode. I have in the studio with me today my very good friend Opone Oyemabo. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Opone, the Nigerian Super Falcons are in the news for the negative reasons. Again, they went to the African Championship in Cameroon and defeated the host, Indomitable Lioness of Cameroon, in the final. And while the Cameroonian government is receiving these Indomitable Lions, giving them awards and giving them all kinds of prizes, the Super Falcons of Nigeria are on the road protesting from Parliament to Aso Rock, asking for their bonus and not for rewards. Mark my words, their bonus and not rewards. And it took them about a week after or more than a week after they returned from Cameroon for the government to intervene. As a matter of fact, as I speak to you, government have just released about 471.8 million naira to pay the Super Falcons the backlog of their bonuses and allowance. They are not even asking, they are not talking about rewards. Opone, this has become a national disgrace, and as a matter of fact, it's becoming a peculiar mess. What's your take?
Thank you for having me in this week's program. You see, we always talk about Nigerian football. Now you're talking about Falcons. The other time we're talking about the Super Eagles. Today they do well. Tomorrow they don't do well. Then we'll complain. Is it that we're hoping or wishing for our teams not to do well, so we can have an excuse? Or when they do well, we don't do anything about it. We just let it go because maybe we don't have no plans for them. It's a shame when we hear that teams from Nigeria are not being paid bonuses, that they have to protest, they have to cry for the whole world to hear about our dirty linen before we take action. I was listening last week. I was watching the program last week when somebody was talking about the Green Eagles, Super Eagles of Nigeria, Keshi time. They were not paid their bonuses, and before again, Keshi called his players together and they told the NFF that, look, if you don't pay us, we are not playing. 2 hours to the game, $5,000 each was those funds were provided. So, what I see in the whole issue is this: Nigeria should privatize their football. That's going to cut off all this mess that is going on.
Let me call the show. We'll talk about the recommendations later.
Okay.
Let's talk about the issues at stake as it is happening. The Minister of Sports, the clown called the Minister of Sports, Solomon Dalong, came on air to say that the reason why the bonuses were not paid is because the federal government, or as it is, did not anticipate that these Falcons are going to win the championship in Cameroon. And therefore, that's why their bonuses or allowances is not in place. Is that not... Is it not damaging enough for a Minister of Sports to be saying that you sent out a team to represent to you, as women for that matter, and they won handsomely, and you are saying that you didn't expect them to win, and therefore that's why you didn't put their allowances and bonuses in place? Is it not become a thing of embarrassment?
I'll put it this way. Maybe you guys forget so quickly. It's not a coincidence. You remember a couple of years ago when Nigeria won the Nations Cup with late Stephen Keshi as the coach? Before Nigeria played against Cote d'Ivoire, they booked Nigerian ticket to go back home with the belief that they will lose against Cote d'Ivoire. How can you put a team out to go for a tournament, and within you think they're not going to win? So why are you there?
Okay.
Nigeria, I don't want to take it much, but Nigeria, the Nigerian female team is the best, if not the best.
They won that championship 10 times.
They are the best in Africa.
About 12 editions, they won 10.
So what is really going on? What don't we know that is going on? That is the
Now,
problem.
some school of thought, maybe I put this question to you. When there is crisis, we remember we go straight to government. But when there's no crisis, we remember that government is supposed to be, NFF, Nigeria Football Federation, is supposed to be independent of government. Is that not a conflict? When everything is going on well, they say government should stay clear of NFA politics.
Interference or anything.
Interference. They call it interference. But the same government is held responsible of paying allowances and bonus of players. Why is that arrangement in Nigeria?
Now, let me say this. Actually, in the Nigerian sporting circle, we don't really know who runs football. If football or soccer is separately run from the sports ministry or is under the government directly, we don't really know. Because when there's no problem, nobody goes to government. When there's a problem, everybody runs to government. So if you're okay when there's no problem, why do you go to government when there's problem? Where do you get your funding from when there's no problem? So
why is there an NFA in the first place? Why, if NFA cannot take care of the bonuses of players, why would we have NFF officials in place? Why don't government just run it straight from Aso Rock or from the Ministry of Sports?
No, it doesn't. You got to understand that soccer or football is different. Government cannot just run this thing. You need to have a body that runs it.
Now, yeah, I know that, but they cannot parlor the affairs of soccer or sports in Nigeria. So when you run to government every day and you're asking, on one hand you are saying you're looking for independence, on the other hand you are looking for government to subsidize, to pay your bills.
You see, that is a Nigerian problem. Whether you can pay your bills or whether you can finance, that is not FIFA problem. That is Nigerian problem. The FIFA rule says government cannot interfere in football matters. So it's Nigerian problem to figure that out. And
paying the bonus of players is not interference?
To FIFA, it's not interference. It's when the government goes into the football association, then it's interference. FIFA doesn't care where the money comes from.
No, this is too confusing. Government pays the bills of players. It's not called interference. But when government want to control how the money they spend on NFF, it's called interference.
No. Let's clarify this.
Okay.
Let's say I have a company.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm short of money. I can go to the bank. Okay.
Oh, you call it loan?
Yeah. Wait. I can go to the bank. Let me finish. I can go to the bank and get a loan.
Yeah.
Okay. But the bank
gives you conditions.
Yeah. The bank. If I go to the bank to get a loan, the bank can give me conditions. Okay.
Yeah.
But the bank, because I go to get a loan from the bank cannot come to my company and tell me how to run my company.
If you are not running it where the bank controls you.
No. That's the demarcation when it comes to football and business. FIFA says it doesn't matter where the money comes from. You cannot go into the association and tell them what to do.
Open it. What is so difficult that Nigeria is regarded as the biggest country financially and economically in Africa? We cannot have a viable national sports policy. What is the problem?
Because we don't have a system. Everything is a way. Everything is a way. I give you an example. In River State, where I'm from, in Port Harcourt, they have what they call the call center. If there is crisis, if there is problem, you call there. Then if you need ambulance, they will link you up to ambulance. If you need fire service, they lead to the fire department. If you need police, they lead. No. This new government came in. What did he do? He just scrapped everything. Why? Because Nigeria don't have a system. Anybody that comes in there just does this way.
But I just think that government have played their part. They allowed the NFF to evolve, and that's why we have Pini Kamaju as the president of the Nigerian Football Federation, and they have the secretary, they have head of association, Barrister Green, and all the rest, all those cohorts and irrelevant people in the NFF. But they have all of them in each department. But why are they not functioning? Why is the marketing department of NFF? We have Shell, we have Chevron, we have Coca-Cola, we have Pepsi, we have Mobil. In Nigeria, why are they not asking asking for sponsorship. Reason why I can answer that, opponent, is because this government have no trust in the NFF as a setup, and therefore they cannot put their money.
I agree with you. They have no trust.
Yeah.
Okay, but
The only trust they have is government, because government want to use football as in politics. Government give them money because government money in Nigeria cannot be accounted for, so they can steal and steal, and that's the easy one to steal. But if Coca-Cola gives them money, that money must be accounted for, or they won't get it next year.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what.
But you
that's the
gotta
mess.
understand something, that power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. That is the biggest problem in Nigeria. Anybody in position wants to control. The government know what they are doing.
He who pays the paper dictates the tune.
No, but you don't do that in football. See, the government have a problem. When we have the PFF now. Anybody, for example, say you're president, you have maybe your high school friend or friend in university. What happens? You give him a post. You give him a post. Now he wants to run as like an advisor to the president on sports. We have sports ministry. His friend would be deputy advisor. You see, there are too many positions. Too many positions within like all this.
All of this opponent, in all of this mess, I'm surprised that journalists, my colleagues in Nigeria, are not even mentioning the head of Nigerian Football Federation. Where is he? Missing in action. Where is the NFF? Missing in action. All they are talking about is President Buhari, Minister of Sports. That's what I keep reading in the newspapers and everywhere. Where's Pinnick Amaju? Nowhere. And why are they there? Because who is Pinnick Amaju, by the way? Pinnick Amaju is a person that was thrust overnight into the soccer scene in Nigeria, and he became a president virtue of the fact that he has a political backer in the former president or former governor of Delta State. And that's why we are finding ourselves in this mess. We have never had this so bad in Nigeria until Pinnick Amaju's arrival.
Yeah, but like as I say, we don't have a system. That is the biggest problem.
Well, what is the way forward, opponent?
See, what I believe is, you say the journalists they are not saying anything about Pinnick Amaju. But I want us to understand something here. We don't really know how our sporting sporting setup is structured. Unless we know how it's structured, we cannot say where the problem is really coming from. Okay. That is the biggest problem.
Okay, opponent. Well, the time is so short for us to make a recommendation. The recommendation is that Nigeria, the NFF has to be restructured, has to be independent, and to get independence, the right people with genuine interest in sports must be there. And the procedure is telling us that time is against us. I will have to sign off, opponent. Thank you for coming to this program. And viewers, that's the mess that Nigerian Super Falcons have found themselves. More mess will still come, and we'll bring it to you live here. I'm yours sincerely, Joe Ehizode. Now, in the coming year, we are asked our advertisers to, if you are interested in what we're doing and you want to sell your products, come in and place advertisement on our program or sponsorship a part of this program. We'll be interested in talking with you. Reach out to our marketing manager on the number that will be displayed on the screen, and keep clicking on the subscription tab on the screen to reach out to us. We'll catch you on Twitter and Facebook. I'm yours sincerely, Joe Ehizode. Signing off tonight, and have a good night. Bye.